Okay, I'm back. Nikolai Tech and IRL here. Car Christian here, Nikolai Gaming here, whatnot. Welcome back. Don't mind me, and if you hear sounds, I'm listening to some ASMR. But anywho, a little updates about the studio. I've moved my red sub amp out here, and as you guys know, this amp does not have the possibility to build the process out through the DI out. Now, the thing is, I've used a few amps in the past that has a switch that lets you select if you want a wet or a dry signal coming through the balanced or DI out. Now, personally for me, I want the wet signal to come out of the wet DI because, first of all, I'm not running this into a cab at the moment. I'm just running it straight to the PA. And also, I like the sound that this thing produces on its processing. And I also want that to go through the mixer, through the PA and multi-track and two-track. But since there's no switch on the back that allows me to do that, I've had to resort to using this 3.5mm jack that goes into the headphone out, because that one does take the processing, obviously, and run it under the amp into this Palmer Pan 01 passive direct box. Does this thing have a ground? No, it's ground. It's grounded. Because then, unless I start having, since this is not on the grounded circuit, if I start having ground loops, I can pop that one to order. But at least then that's there, that's going into the direct box. And then the plan eventually is going to be to also put a Marshall amp, probably a Marshall stack, and probably one of Marshall's. I think they have a 2x10 cab, and put that here. So then we got bass, we got L guitar, and then, well, if anybody's going to be playing drums, they're going to be shocked back in there. And then we'll probably pull this one back there and either use a longer XLR cable to pull from the bass amp or something. Of course, this is going to go on top of a 2x10 red sub cabinet eventually. Because I did take out the amplifier module. Funnily enough, this is basically a rack. It's not the same size as a rack, I believe, but it's basically a rack because this entire top part is basically open, whilst this bottom part, that's the actual amplifier, is just a slid-in module that's just screwed in with 4 screws on the bottom to lock it in. So, also a pretty easy amp to take apart, to de-dust and clean quarterly or half a year, depending on how much you use it. I usually do a per se gear check pretty much quarterly. So quarterly I check my mixers. I don't really check this gear much, or tend to check it, like physically check it, taking from and check it, because I pretty much use this gear every day to every other day, so I know it's in working condition, so I don't really have a need to test it. But I do test things like the Yamaha MG16XU. I checked this thing for a few days ago, and every time I check it, I put a little tape with the date of when they were checked. So then 3 months from that date, I check the equipment again, even if it's just laying in storage, just to make sure stuff is working. And hi there, my friend, ABS Overdrive. Ah. So this is my bass pedal board, and then this right here is what's gonna, well, pretty much become my electric guitar pedal board. So basically, I stole the tuner from the bass guitar pedal board, but basically what's on here, I've got my OCD, this one is not sitting straight. Okay, this one is sitting straight, but it's the Oh my god. I don't know, I just need to get through some of these fucking streams, boy. There's 78 videos in here, and I don't know how many of them I've actually managed to watch. Just gonna double check. Well, that one I have already watched, so that one's fine apparently. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but I did that. So yeah. Just don't ask what the fuck happened here. I had the cable going to my stuff over there, and when I moved this to the center, I moved the chair in here, I dragged the cable, I just ripped the router right out of the shit. Well, let's just say the next time I eat the cable, let's just say it's not going to be the router that goes flying out, it's going to be the cable that comes flying out, because, well, my new router, which is going to be running pfSense, well, I'm still debating between pfSense and Untangled, but one out of those two. I might try pfSense first, and then if I feel like I want something else, then I'll maybe swap to Untangled. We'll see. Then that thing is going to be bolted into the chassis, so then that thing, let's just say an internet cable, that little plastic flap right there will not manage to move. Well, this probably got to be about 20-30 kilos by now, with the computers on top of it, and the router, the shelf, the switch, the power strip, and then an actual rack mount computer that's going on top of that again. And this thing also has a laptop inside of it. Yes, I know, a laptop. I've just repurposed it for Minecraft server duties. So basically, I have a HDMI to VGA adapter. So the old thing that was a console port on the back for serial, I just put it together into like the adapter, and then I just screwed it stuck to the chassis with the adapter. So if you go and look back here, you can actually see it's just stuck into the chassis. And for some reason I got a random power cable. Oh, I know where that cable. That's right, I forgot. Since I'm waiting for like my new cables and stuff in my patch panel and shit, my network switch is not plugged in at the moment. I'm just pulling everything through the router. Forgot about that. So, because of that, that thing's unplugged. But let's just say a Ethernet cable would not be able to pull that kind of weight, so unless you got some beefy fucking clamps. If your Ethernet cable managed to pull that by just pulling the cable, then I don't know, then you have made a cable that's fucking inhuman. That's all I can say. Am I able to? Yes, I'm able to save this. So I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna reopen it because Premiere Pro is not having a great day. So now, instead of having like an 11-hour recording, I'll have this finished, already cut it down and sped up video that's like, say, 5 minutes-ish, 5.5, and then I can just plonk it onto the timeline done finito, and here we are, instead of having to sit there and edit it on the spot. Boink! 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 I'm gonna have to wait for that one to get done generating peak files before I can export it, so this thing will have to just sit in. Boom, there we go. 7 minutes. Then I just need to let that one lay in the background and generate the peak file, and I'll prepare. Now, first of all, I'm gonna head into that. Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to fix something with that one, because Or did I actually fix that? I can't remember. Ready for export 1440p. Yes, I did fix it. Well, then it's good. But I guess I'm gonna have to relocate some watch folders in here, I'm guessing. Because yes, they're all on D. At least it doesn't take me too long to do four folders. This would be a pain for a bigger corporation that exports multiple file format, multiple resolutions, multiple frame rates. At least I only have to export one resolution and that's it. While bigger movie production has to produce their top of the line quality, then like 4K and then like 2K, 1080p, 720p, 480p, and then potentially 360. I don't think anybody really goes as low as 244 or 144 on like Netflix and movies, but at least down to like 480 and potentially 360. So there we go. So now that's fixed. I would have my ingest presets in here, but because I need one ingest for 2.7K, which is GoPro Cineform. Then I need one ingest for 4K video, and that's it, because the only videos I transcode is my phone recorded footage if I'm using it in the video and my GoPro footage. Most of the times I've just thrown it on the timeline and just changed the sequence to GoPro Cineform, but transcoding it first would make it easier to work on. But then again, say with an average video of me in GoPro footage is probably closer to 100 gigs, then transcoding all that footage into uncompressed formats again would probably equal at 300-400 gigs. And there again, that's a gigantic project. And also the 4K preset for my phone is 21:9 ratio, by the way. Because that's what I use when I record with the Pro mode. When I record with the Pro video, well, this is now in 16:9, but normally it's 21:9 and UHD 60. So this is usually the preset I use when I record with my phone. And then shutter speed and ISO is obviously going to depend on the light in the surroundings. But yeah, UHD 60 FPS 21:9 is what I tend to record if I'm recording with my phone. And the same I did when I had the S10 too. So on some of my previous IRL videos, you might have seen some 21:9 shots. So yeah, but I guess I could take and jump in here, go into, or well, I already have a folder ingest will auto transcode. I just need to create 2 new folders under here, which is 2.7K footage, and then I need another one which is 4K footage, and then I guess I could do a 1080p one too, P footage if I wanted to. And the 4K and 1080p are going to be Apple ProRes. And then we have, so I should be able to just rename. Can I do like 1 dot, then do rename 2 dot, and then rename 3 dot, and then I can just import all of these in. So boom, these watch folders. Now I already have 1080p ProRes preset and another preset. I'm going to double check these presets though. Preset settings. So this one ingest 1080p 1920, frame rate is 60, HDR graphics with nits, yeah, 100, then 60. Well, this video just ended kind of a cut note because my GoPro ran out of battery or something. So I'm just going to give this notice on the end of the video. I am going to be making a proper video of the video workflow eventually. Once I get all my IRL videos on back on track again, since I'm like way behind with the IRL content. So yeah, so thanks for watching and look forward to the next video.